On January 10th, the United States hit a peak of over 1.3 million new cases on that day alone. That number is at around 350,000 today. New York is among those states that were first to see a surge in new cases near the beginning of the pandemic in early 2020 and when the highly transmissible Omicron variant hit late last year. But the downward trajectory is prompting a shift in posture from authorities across the country.
We had a mask or vax requirement for businesses. It was an emergency temporary measure put in place literally 2 months ago. And at this time, we say that it is the right decision to lift this mandate for indoor businesses and let counties, cities, and businesses to make their own decisions on what they want to do with respect to mask or the vaccination requirement. Given the declining cases, given declining hospitalizations.
While widespread COVID fatigue and frustration has complicated the national response to the pandemic, evidenced in the over 900,000 deaths in this country alone, federal guidance remains in place that masks should not be done away with, at least not yet.
We've always said that the state and local jurisdictions are the ones responsible for those kinds of policies, for masking policies. Right now, our CDC guidance has not changed. We have and continue to recommend masking in areas of high and substantial transmission. That is essentially everywhere in the country in public indoor settings. We continue to recommend universal masking in our schools.
Over 110,000 people remain hospitalized, down from a high of over 150,000 on January 20th. A crush of sick people that frontline health workers have struggled to manage for 2 years and counting. There is no one rule fits all when it comes to COVID-19 mitigation. 11 states in this country had not imposed mask mandates at any point during the pandemic, and some, like Republican-led Florida and Texas, used legislation or executive action to block municipalities and districts from implementing such requirements. But the prevailing sense is that the case for easing restrictions is clearer, with growing immunity as a result of COVID-19 recoveries, or that over 64% of people here are now fully vaccinated. Optimism that we are closer to a pre-COVID normal than at any time during this pandemic appears, at least for now, to be taking root. Sherman Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.